happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to see this one, guys. Originally, I was not going to cover the Epstein files till they were fully released, but after today's bombshell findings by Mr. Kash Patel, it's impossible for me not to, guys. I'm excited to get into this one, so we're not straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
And what did we get? Well, yikes. We got binders handed to influencers. And those binders said declassified on them. That's interesting. The Epstein files. What were in those binders? Well, what was in those binders were publicly available information, flight logs, that had all been redacted, actually, even though it was already public. So it was actually a spitting in the face of Pam Bondi and everybody who wanted further information. It was a total and complete insult. And also, of course, smiling with the names of abused children and women in your hands is just never a good look. So all of it, I think you could say, was an embarrassing episode and botched, to say the least. Nobody was particularly happy about this. Pam Bondi expressly unhappy, saying that she found out that the FBI field office in New York, which of course led the prosecution cover-up and probably murder of Jeffrey Epstein, was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation. Despite my repeated request, the FBI never disclosed the existence of these files. This, of course, would be a direct affront to the highest law enforcement official in the land. How could the FBI behave like this? Of course, this is the absolute evidence of the deep state in existence. They don't care who's elected. They're going to do what they want to do, and they're going to keep secrets from you, me, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel. It doesn't really matter. And Kash Patel came in over the top saying he's pissed about all of this. The FBI is entering a new era, one that will be defined by integrity, accountability, and unwavering pursuit of justice. There will be no cover-ups, missing documents, or stone left unturned. Anybody from the prior or current bureau who undermines this will be swiftly pursued.
Ooh.
Well,
go after them, please.
Teasing just a few hours ago that the people who staged this cover-up and embarrassed the administration on a national level and defied her won't be working for us anymore. And ladies and gentlemen, the man in charge of the FBI field office in New York, James Dennehy, has been forced to resign, breaking immediately following the accusations from the Department of Justice in regards to his office hiding thousands of Epstein documents.
Now, enough is enough, guys. We cannot keep allowing these rogue officials to just simply resign. Don't they keep their pension and everything? He's still getting paid. I mean, where are the prosecutions? We need to see some actual charges come. I'm tired of the investigations with no follow-up. We actually need to see these folks being held accountable. It's the reason why we keep seeing this thing happen over and over again, because they haven't learned their lesson not one time. A firing isn't enough. And I think he just resigned.
James Dennehy is a vicious, psychotic, anti-Trump activist who promised his agency that he was going to fight Trump. He promised his department at the field office in New York, where all evidence goes to die, that he was going to dig in and fight the Trump administration like it was an actual war.
What is in the water? I want to know what's in the water over there in the state of New York. It just seems like all the Democratic officials over there go against Donald Trump. We got Letitia James, we got Alvin Bragg, that Judge Ingeron, that Judge Juan. We got all these corrupt officials going after and trying to stop what Donald Trump is doing. It seems like it's all in the state of New York. And we got AOC over there as well. I mean, what's in the water over there, you guys?
Check this out.
FBI officials are openly resisting. Let me just read you from an email that was sent by the assistant director in charge of the New York field office yesterday. His name is James Dennehy. He sent this extraordinarily blunt email to his staff challenging the Trump administration. He said, "Today we find ourselves in the middle of a battle of our own as good people are being walked out of the FBI and others are being targeted because they did their jobs in accordance with the law and FBI policy.
Time to dig in. Yeah. All right. How's that working out for you, buddy? Top FBI official force out after criticizing Trump pursuit of agents who investigated January 6th. So you're criticizing Trump and you're withholding evidence from Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. You'll be lucky if just a early retirement is all that happens to you, pal. James Dennehy should be charged for a myriad of crimes, and we'll get into those in just a second. The head of the FBI's New York field office is out 1 month after he urged his colleagues to dig in after the new administration requested the names of all agents who worked on the Capitol riots. Well. You know who's next in line is James Comey's daughter, Maureen Comey. What a rat's nest up there in New York. James Comey's daughter, she worked there, and she also, Maureen Comey, just so happened to work inside of the Southern District of New York Assistant Attorney's Office. This is, of course, the office that handled, well, the Epstein trial, Ghislaine Maxwell trial, the Diddy trial. Oh, she just a happenstance. James Comey's daughter happens to work on all of those cases. And it looks like James Comey literally in drag here. This is Maureen Comey. Maureen Comey worked and handled all of these cases and probably made sure that all of the evidence was destroyed. But now it is the head of the FBI field office in New York, James Dennehy, whose career is destroyed. He's been held accountable for withholding the Epstein files. He's been forced to resign, famously sent out an email urging everyone to dig in.
It's not full for me though. I can't say I'm satisfied with the results. Like I said, if this guy is able to just resign and run for the hills, no prosecution, this guy doesn't have any charges. You know, this is clear obstruction of justice, destruction of evidence, and the list goes on. Where are the charges at?
Ladies and gentlemen, this individual, of course, was somebody who was widely reported to be in possession of not just papers, but we've all seen the photos and videos of Epstein's house in Manhattan that was raided. It was a $50 million mansion. It was where a series of major crimes were committed. World leaders, we all saw them going in and out through the doors. Bill Gates, Ehud Barak, the prime minister of Israel, right? And a ton of others. There were terabytes of information, hard drives, cell phones, CDs, a box marked evidence, not by the FBI, by Epstein himself.
What?
A marker written on it saying insurance policy. Diamonds, passports. Where were the passports to? What other countries gave Epstein passports? We don't have any of that. Where did it all go? We have photos of it, but we don't have any of that. All right. These jackasses are covering it up. Jesse Waters reporting what a absolute witch's kitchen this office is.
In charge at the New York FBI field office, who's withholding Epstein docs from the Attorney General. James Dennehy is running the show there. There he is. This is the guy who emailed his whole staff to dig in after Trump took office. And don't forget that James Comey's daughter is an assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. She worked on the Epstein and Maxwell cases. She's kind of knee-deep in this. Epstein was facing sex trafficking charges in Lower Manhattan. Where's all that paperwork? The FBI seized computers, surveillance videos, banking records, file cabinets, and photographs from all of Epstein's properties in New Mexico, the Virgin Islands, Palm Beach, and in New York. The Justice Department also gave Epstein a sweetheart non-prosecution deal 17 years ago. Where are those files? The Bureau of Prisons. Where are those files? You remember where Epstein himself? I asked Bill Barr about that, why everything seemed to go wrong that night.
When I first heard all the information and all the coincidences here, I was suspicious.
What were the coincidences? I mean, those were a lot of coincidences.
Well, one of the cameras was out.
Right.
He was supposed to have a cellmate. The cellmate left. They didn't replace the cellmate. And the guards who were supposed to check him every half hour didn't check him.
My EMT source said he was on the scene immediately to pull Epstein's body out to the morgue. And when he got to the cell, He saw 7 people there touching Epstein's body and moving stuff around.
Bill Barr needs to be dragged in next. These people are just absolutely nasty. After saying to dig in for battle with the Trump administration over the request for the names of FBI agents who work on January 6 cases, he's retired under pressure. You know what that means. That means Kash Patel did the little flight up to New York and gave him 2 very brutal options. We'll see. We'll see if he even escapes with. We'll see if he escapes without catching a case himself. James Dennehy, good freaking riddance. Hopefully now we can get some files. And you know what? You heard it on this show first. Kyle Seferin was on our program, FBI whistleblower, and he had this to say about James Dennehy just a few days ago. And now it's real. Here we go.
We have footage right here on the footage that should have never been public, right? That's a dude flying a drone of the FBI raiding Epstein's island with the New York Police Department. All right, you can see their shiny vests, and these bros in this frame and all out of play, they're carrying out They have an entire human army carrying out boxes of information.
Yep.
You can see the FBI carrying the physical information from Jeffrey Epstein's pedo island. And then they're just going to lie. They're just going to straight up lie to Pam Bondi and actually humiliate her, which is what makes my blood boil. They embarrassed her.
They don't feel accountable. They don't feel accountable to the attorney general. If I'm going to give advice to Kash Patel, I'll do it just here, like to everybody.
Please.
This is what should happen. Kash should jump on that plane, which we talked about last time. He can get on there and he could be in New York in a few minutes.
Yes.
He needs to go up there, take James Dennehy, who's been on a conference call and resisting, apparently, like releasing any of this information. He needs to stand in his office and give him a direct order, open up the file that covers all of these investigations in Sentinel, which is the record-keeping sort of system of records for the computer. Pull it up and go serial by serial. And every single person that approved a serial is an entry, whether it be an interview, whether it be a piece of evidence, every single person that was involved in this case.
Yo, there we have it, guys. That one coming from our friend Benny Johnson. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. Those who want to go over there and check that entire thing out, I want you guys to go over there and show our friend Benny Johnson tons of love and support. He's a great guy. Oh my goodness, guys. This right here is just the tip of the iceberg. I thought it was a little bit odd when we didn't see a release of any of these files from Attorney General Pam Bondi when she promised them alongside Kash Patel. Really had me wondering about their credibility and their character, but now we're seeing that there was lots of underlying things going on behind the scenes. New York's FBI head, James Dennehy, hiding the evidence, maybe even destroying some of it. Then he resigns. I don't know how Kash Patel allowed this guy to resign. He should have had him fired, escorted out the building, and maybe even slapped some charges. Hopefully we see something come in the near future. I'll definitely be covering all of that, guys, but definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one. We got